Hello everyone, thank you very much for attending the Facebook ads tutorial. We're going to dive in right away right now. When you get to facebook.com, you're going to click down and all you're going to do is click create ads. And again, remember Facebook ads, it's a huge platform, right? It is massive. Businesses are using it to really make a killing as in acquiring customers, acquiring leads, acquiring emails. You could really gather so much through the Facebook ads platform. So as we wait for my Facebook ads to load up, make sure you hit subscribe, drop a comment, share the video. There's so much more online marketing tutorials coming your way. So as it loads up here, any questions you have about Facebook ads, I'm going to make sure I try my hardest to answer them. Here we are finally, let's dive in. So this is the first page of the Facebook ads. When you are actually creating your first ad, it's going to ask you what is your marketing objective, right? In this case, you would click traffic, which is going to focus on bringing people over to your website. You could do things like conversions. This is much more targeted. You're able to really zero in and dive in and tell Facebook what you are optimizing your ads for. This is something that we could get into in a future video, but for today I'm going to focus just on making a traffic ad, right? There's also brand awareness, reach ads, where Facebook is going to show your ads to the most largest group that are really going to either just like your ad, engage with your ad, etc. So as you click traffic here, just bear with me, my computer is coming. There we go. It's going to ask for you to give your campaign a name. So for this case, I'll call it Blue Sky Marketing Test Ad 1. And then if this is your first ad you're making, then it's going to ask you to set up an ad account. It's not hard. It takes about, you'll see right here, 10 seconds. Right? It wants to know the currency that you operate in, your time zone, and your account country. I'll click continue. And we are in. So welcome to the Facebook Ads Manager for creating an ad. It may look very complicated. It's not at all. We're going to dive into every single feature of it. I'm going to show you as much as I can. I've been doing Facebook ads for at least the past 3 years. Now here at Blue Sky, we're really growing, and I want you to understand how you can use the Facebook ads platform and how it can really affect your business. So the first part of the Facebook ads creation is it's going to ask you, where do you want to drive traffic, right? Is it to a website, an app? Is it Messenger, WhatsApp, right? 99% of the time, it's going to be to a website. So we're just going to leave that ticked right there. These are going to ask you other creative questions that you also have an opportunity to tick on. In this case, just for the purpose of the ad, as a beginner, you're not going to use those. I'm going to leave them off, but you can always create an offer, give people a specific coupon code, such as if you're a restaurant, you could give them 10% off their first meal, etc. But we're just going to dive into the ad. So audience, this is where people really dive in and really get focused and really are able to make the biggest and largest conversions by focusing on the audience. And the audience on Facebook, think about it, they have 2.2 billion active users. So they have an abundance of data points on each account, right? So in this case, I'm located in Canada, so I'll leave the ad as there. What you could do is you could always type in a city in Canada. You could really dive in. You could focus on Toronto. You could change the mile radius of where you want to go, 25 miles out. You could see it updated right on the map. So this is great if you have a physical business and you want to get traffic through the door. You could operate at a 5 to 7 to 10 mile radius, up to 15 miles, right? If you're an online store, you could just really knock it out the park, do countrywide, etc. So this is a very useful key for your Facebook ads. Then your age, right? You could target Facebook users between either the age of 18, right, up to 65 plus, right? You could really focus on your target market. There was a study where a college roommate was able to the T, pinpoint his college roommate simply by adjusting the age, the gender, everything. It's amazing the amount of things you could do with your Facebook ads platform. So let's just say your target audience is between the ages of 25 all the way up to 65 plus. What this now means is Facebook is going to show your ad to people who are only between these ages. If you're 22, 23, you're not going to see your ad. So the target audience is not going to see your ad. So Facebook is really going to optimize, show your ad to only the people you tell it to. And in this case, we're saying 25 and up. And the same thing goes for gender. If it's men that you're focusing towards, or say you're a personal trainer, you only want to attract female clients, then you have the opportunity to change the gender, or in this case, for the purpose of the ad, we'll leave it for both genders. Here you just want to write in English. There was a study, over 1 billion of Facebook users do speak English. So if you are in another country or you are focusing on another language, this is very beneficial to you. So this is the biggest, most phenomenal part about Facebook. You could actually do detailed targeting. And you're probably saying, what is detailed targeting? Well, I'm going to show you right now what you could do with the detailed targeting. You could dive into 3 different categories: demographics, interests, and behaviors. And when you click on the demographics tab, you're able to really zero in and focus on people who are either separated via education, right, financial, life events, parents, politics, relationships, work, etc. We're going to show you a quick example. So for education, you're able to target people based on if they're a college graduate, if they're a high school graduate, they have a doctorate, PhD, they're in college, so they're not yet completed, in grad school, in high school, master's degree, professional degree. This could really come into a major benefit for your business. Like, let's just take into account York University. That's a university down here located in Toronto. If they want to create an ad for people who are in high school right now to bring them towards an open house for their school, or a great event, or a great offer and opportunity, what they could do is they could clearly select people that are in high school right now, and they can make it that people that are in high school are going to see their ad. So they can really focus on getting a large ROI, a large ROAS, which is return on ad spend, because they are really optimizing their ad to show to their selected target audience. Right? If we want to back out of education, you could even do fields of study, schools, undergrad years, but we could also go to the next section and see financial income, and you can start to target people based on top 10% of zip codes, top 10 to 25% of zip codes, top 5% of zip codes, right? And this could really get interesting because let's just say you're a high-end jewelry store, right? And most of your products, they're in the higher range, the top 2 to 3% of all jewelers nationwide. You don't want your ads to go towards people who can't even afford your services or your products, sorry. So in this case, this could be very beneficial to you. And you can see here it is only for US only. So it's only for United States. I believe they might plan to really broaden this out to other countries like Canada, but there is no confirmation yet. The next section, we're not going to break too many down. I'll break down another 2 or 3. But life events, you could really go into if they have an anniversary within 30 days, 31 to 60 days, right? You could go to people who have a birthday coming up, right? And these could be great if you have an e-commerce store, etc. You have a physical location store. Let's just say your restaurant has, free meal on your birthday. It's a great way to get targeted with your ads. So you can really play around with demographics, start to read in there and see who might fit your target audience. Now I'm going to show you interests. And interest is where a lot of people really optimize their ads. And the main reason why you can really optimize your ads with interests is because Facebook has so much data points. Whenever you like a page, right? Let's just say you like a cat page. Facebook then knows that you like cats. And if a cat company comes to market and they select people who like cats, chances are you're going to be in that field. So you can really target down the people who like in the business sector, entertainment, fitness and wellness, food and drink, shopping and fashion, sports and outdoors, etc. And whenever you click on one of the main categories, family relationships, you could start to get more into the categories that they have. And if you see to the right here, it tells you the size of the audience. So people that like dating is 280,309,540 people. Right? You can click family, fatherhood. Family has over 1 billion people interested. Fatherhood, friendship, marriage, parenting. Right? You might be asking, how does Facebook know all this? Just accept that they know their Facebook. They have an immense amount of data on you, me, and every user. You could really dive into it. And another thing that you could do, I'll show you really quick, is you could actually even just type in if something comes to mind. So if you're having trouble looking for what you desire in the category section, you could always just type in. So let's just say I want to find someone that is interested in dating. Instead of searching, I can just type it in, and all these interests come up with the dating keyword in it. You could really go in, you could dive in deep. And that's the benefit of Facebook ads. The other section I did not show you is behaviors. And then this has information such as if the person is a mobile device user, right? By which brand, Samsung, etc. This could be good if you're selling like Samsung phone cases. Let's just say purchase behavior. Are they engaged shoppers? And that is people who have clicked on the call to action button, shop now, in the past week. That could be huge for online sales, as Facebook is able to really comprehend and see who is clicking on call to action buttons that are associated with buy now. Right? So if you have either an e-commerce store, a physical location, we all want customers for our business. You could really utilize that option. And you could even target travel, frequent travelers, return from travel a week ago, etc. If you're an airline company, if you have a wonderful promotion for a vacation, etc., you could really dive in and get interested. So for the sake of this ad, let's just say I'm making an ad for a catering company. The first thing that came to mind, we're gonna just type in, we could look at people who, let's just say, if you want to get very broad, just for the sake of the tutorial, people that like food, you could click on, right? And you see 1,406,000,000 people are interested in this topic. But the reason why I wanted to click on that is because as you click this target, you could click, first off, way more than one. You could type in up to 10 to 15. There's not a limit that you could actually target. But you do want to test. So let's just say I did one ad and I tested people who like food. Then you could do a separate ad and you could target people that like another keyword like chicken, let's just say, for example. And then you could see which keyword gives you the best data for your business. And if you need help looking for keywords, you could type in a generic keyword such as food, like this. And then if you see here, instead of clicking browse, you can click suggestions. And then they're going to give you related keywords to the one that you already clicked. And when you see here, it tells you what sort of keyword category it belongs to. If it's interests, this is a person that has an interest in this keyword. demographics. So people with roles in food and restaurants. So you can really read their interests. There you go. And if you really wanted to get um, more targeted in it, then you could do something called narrow audience. And what that does is, if you were to click on a few other keywords here, so say I wrote food, and say I put in foodie, and say I put in local food, what Facebook is going to do is they're going to only show your ad to people that like one of these three topics or interests. Sorry. Like if you only like food, or if you like foodie, or if you like local food, then Facebook will show you this ad. But say you want it to be people that like food, and they like foodie, and they like local food. So instead of Facebook optimizing it to someone that only likes one of these three, say you want to optimize it to people who like all three, then Facebook has a really cool factor here called narrow audience. And I'll show you what that does right now. So I'll X this off, and then X this off. And then when you click narrow audience, it says it's going to show people that like food, and it says and must also match at least one of the following. So in this case, we said foodie. So now Facebook is going to show your ad to people who like food, and they have to like foodie. And you could even narrow it further. Click that button there. And local, I think kitchen was the next one. Or maybe it wasn't local. Let's just say, oh yeah, local food, I believe. There we go. Now, Facebook is only going to show your ad to people that like all three of these pages or these interests. And the way you could really get the way you could really get targeted with this is, if you do have a high-end jewelry store, as I mentioned in another example, you could, if you really wanted to, you could target people that like jewelry, and you could also put it with people that are in top 5% of the U.S. financial income. So in that way, you're targeting people who like jewelers, and they have the income to come into your store and potentially make a purchase. Right? You could also do this. Let's just say you had a t-shirt store and you sold cat t-shirts. You can always target people who like t-shirts and they like cats. It gives you an option to really get narrowed, more targeted, and really focus on getting a stronger ROI and stronger ROAS, return on ad spend. Another thing that you could do is you could also even do exclude people. So say you don't want this ad to show to anyone that likes burgers. You click exclude people, and then you just click burgers. So right now the ad's going to show to people who like local food, people who like foodie, and people who like food, but it's going to exclude people who have an interest in burger. Right? This is something that you can really get interested in. Let's just say back in the day, for real estate, you could target people who had an interest in first-time home buying, but in that case, you could always target people who liked first-time home buying, and then you could exclude people who are already homeowners. Because if you, let's just say, wanted to attract people who were looking for their first home, then you would want to exclude people who already are homeowners. So this really helps you get a large ROI, and it really helps you get very precise, detailed, and efficient in your Facebook ad targeting. Another thing that you could see on the right-hand screen, I should have told you this earlier probably, but every time you make an adjustment in the interests, you are able to see the alteration of the potential reach of the ad. And what that means is the potential reach is the total amount of users that Facebook predicts could potentially get to see your ad. So right now with this targeting options that I have, right, it takes into account the age, the location, the language, and the interests. And right now it's saying that my ad could reach 190,000 people potentially, with a daily reach of between 490 and 3,000 people, and total clicks over to my website approximately 12 to 76. Remember, this could really range because it depends on how much you're paying per click, but we are really diving into that next step in just a moment. Right. So again, if you haven't hit subscribe, make sure you hit it and make sure you drop the like, as we are going to provide a lot more online marketing tips to you. Another thing you could also do with this audience is, let's just say you plan to use this audience for future advertisements. You could do something really unique here and click save this audience. And when you do that, then it's going to allow you to save this audience. These are the details right here: the location, age, language, the exclusion of interest, people who match this interest and must match these two. Remember, we narrowed it. And then when you make future ads, all you need to do is just choose this audience that you saved. So say I call it catering 1. Save. Just loading. Right here, it's just loading up for me. In the future, when you come to the make an ad, instead of clicking create new, which is what we did at the beginning of the last ad, you would only click use the saved audience, and in this case it would be catering target 1, and it has all the details there. So it's a great way to help save you time, and an amazing way to test out different audiences and actually remembering and having them documented in your Facebook Ads Manager. So as we get to the next spot, we just finished our targeting. We're going to get to placements. And placements is where Facebook is going to show your ad. Show your ad to the right people in the right places. Facebook is obviously integrated with Instagram. So what you are able to do is you can really alter where the Facebook ad that you create is going to show. So if you click edit placements, right, you could really dive in and focus on if you want it to be on mobile, computer only, if you want it to be on the feeds or Instagram. Everything is already ticked off, right? So for the sake of the video, I'm going to leave everything automatic. It says recommended, right? If you're a beginner, just leave it recommended, because you are able to see where your traffic is coming from. That'll be in a future video. So we're just going to dive right into the budget and schedule. So here is where you're going to focus on the daily budget, or you could create a lifetime budget of the ad. For the daily budget, you could go as low $5 per day, and it tells you right here you're not going to spend more than $35 per week, right? You could change that to $100 per day. Some businesses are up 10,000 per day, 100,000 per day. You could really get into your budget, obviously whatever fits your budgeting purposes for your business. But do take into account the amount of money that you spend on a daily basis is going to affect the amount of clicks, amount of reach, and obviously the overall potential of your ad. But when you're just starting out and you're just creating your first couple ads, you don't want to spend too much, maybe $5 to $25 at the max. So let's just say I put it to $5 only. When you scroll down here, it asks you if you want to optimize your ad for link clicks, which are clicks to your website, landing page views, and that are people who are going to come to your website and view your landing page. Or you have the option to put it to impressions, and it's saying we'll deliver your ads to people as many times as possible. So that's just people viewing the ads on Facebook. It's not people that are coming to your website, but impressions simply means the total amount of eyeballs on your ad, the total amount of times that your ad is seen on the Facebook platform. It might not have that much beneficial to you, because it doesn't necessarily mean that they're taking an action, but it could be beneficial for one of your campaigns. Or you could make the ad for daily unique reach, which will deliver your ads to people up to once per day. So the difference between impressions and reach is that impressions, it could be showing your ad to people, the same one person, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. With daily unique reach, the word unique characterizes that it's going to only show your ad to one person at a time. So that person is only going to be able to see your ad once per day, which could save you a lot of money and give you a better feel for how the ad is performing. So for this basis, I'm going to keep link clicks because we want to get clicks over to our website. And this is something that you don't normally see in other videos. If you're a beginner, you don't have to focus on this right now, but I'll tell you anyway because you might need it for the future. I use this on 99% of the ads. So when you get charged, so automatically Facebook says that you are going to get charged per impression. And remember, impression is just the total amount of people who see your ad. So it could show to the same person 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times per day. But we want to get charged whenever someone comes to our website. But if you see here, you must first spend at least $13 in this ad account, right? Remember, I just created this ad account just for the purpose of this video. So whenever you do spend at least $13 in your ad account, you want to change this setting so that you only get charged per link click. And then when that happens, Facebook is going to ask you right here to set a bid cap. And that is how much you're willing to pay per click over to your website. If this sounds confusing, then I apologize. I'm going to say it a lot more clear, but it will make sense definitely as you get more into your ads. But every time someone comes to your website, you don't want to spend like so much money just to get someone to come to your website, right? The standard norm is under $1, under 80 to 70 cents per website click, and you're considered doing good. I've made ads as cheap as 10 cents per click, 5 cents per click, but you could really get creative in this. All you do is click set bid cap, and then it asks you how much per click you are willing to spend. But for the sake of the video, I'll leave it off, and we're going to go over to the next page, which is the last page of Facebook ads tutorial. So when you get to this page here, this is where you're going to actually create the ad and how it looks. Okay, so what you're going to do here is going to say your Facebook page or Instagram account represents your business in the ads. You need to have a Facebook page in order to create a business ad on Facebook. So in this case, you just scroll down and you search through your pages that are correlated with your business. You may have a lot of pages, you might have some. So I'll do it for this. And then as you do click your business page, your Instagram account is going to be linked here as well, right? For this video, my Instagram account is not linked to my Facebook, but this is for when you want ads to show on Instagram and on Facebook. Okay, so when you get here, this is a big decision to make. Excuse me. I'm just going to take a really quick sip of water. And here is where you're able to really distinguish what sort of ad that you want to create on the Facebook ads platform. And a carousel ad, if you can see here, it's a scrollable image or video that has at least 2 of the images or videos. So if you see here, it shows 2, 3, you could just scroll down. It's almost like a slideshow, and it's really popular in the real estate niche. If you have multiple products that you want to show, you could really get creative and add multiple products, right? The next one is a single image. This is where you simply create an ad using only one image. So say you're making an ad for an e-commerce store, you're selling a t-shirt, you're selling your best-selling shoe, or you have a physical location, you're showing a dish, you're showing happy clients, customers, etc. Then this is what you want to choose. Single video. Video is enormous right now on social media, Instagram and Facebook. For Instagram, your video needs to be under 1 minute long, and for your story, it needs to be, for Instagram stories, under 15 seconds. But for Facebook, you could have unlimited length, I think up to 15 minutes or so. And then obviously you're going to have a video ad that shows on Facebook. And I know that Facebook right now is actually optimizing ads with video to show to a greater audience. I don't know how much that is to be true, but from personal experience, video ads have always outperformed single image ads. You could create a slideshow, and a slideshow is a great way if you have multiple images. It actually allows you to create a very simple, very easy to use. It's almost like drag and drop, click button approach to create a slideshow video. They allow you to put music in. You could put in up to 10 images as it mentions, and it is really great. Collection, I never ever hit that. I never tried that. It's not really popular at all. That's why they have the learn more button. They want you to learn more about it. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to click single image. And that's just an ad where you have one image only, and you're going to see right now how we break it down and put it up. So you're going to scroll down here. Then here it's going to ask you to upload your image. You can create up to 6 ads at once by uploading multiple images. We're only doing one image. Here are the recommended specs. But when you upload it, if it's too small, Facebook will tell you. So upload images. I already went and saved an image here for this video. And it's going to slowly load. And I'm going to show you guys something really cool in just a moment. So if you see here, it says add an image that meets all requirements for Instagram feed. So it's saying a dimension of at least 500 times 262 pixels is required for Instagram, and also a different version for stories. So you could use different images for certain places, right? If you want to use one image for Facebook, you could use a different image for Instagram, etc. Right? You could really get detailed, but if you do want an image that is going to show for all, then you should just look at the recommended specs. You could either use an image resizer for your image, which I could put in the description below, or you could always just, if you're using a Google image, whatever image you search for, just type in these specs right after. For example, catering image 1080 times 1080. Right? So as I scroll down here, it gives you an actual ad preview of how it looks so far. Because we're going to edit the ad right here. I'm going to show you in a second. And then you can see what the ad looks like on the right hand live preview with everything we write. So let's just say this is an ad for a catering company. We could again just use generic text. Hey guys, we have an exclusive offer for you. And remember, the ad is showing to people who are in our targeted niche, or in our targeted market. We select the people who are into food, who are into foodie, who don't like burgers, who are within 25 miles of our area. So you could really get personalized whenever you write your ads. So everything I'm writing here on the text, it's showing right there above the ad. So you don't really have to memorize yet where text shows, and the other spots I'm going to show you show. Facebook is really helpful that it gives you a very easy to use platform. So hey guys, we have an exclusive offer for you. You have to take us on this offer. You'll get 10% off with code foodie. Again, it's just a random example just to show you how an ad works. This could probably work actually, but we'll put in more research into this. So as you see here, everything is uploaded right here on the ad. And you could also scroll through and see the ad preview on different feeds. I'll show you that in just a second. But this is how the ad looks so far. So as you scroll down a little bit, sorry about that. As you scroll down, it's going to ask you the URL you want to promote. So what website are people going to come to when they click on this Learn More button? So in this case, you want to use your website name. For the purpose of this ad, I'm just going to use google.ca. So anytime someone clicks Learn More, they're going to be taken over to this website you put in right here, right? And then headline is the next part of the ad you're able to adjust. And the headline is right here where it says Google. And you'll see here right now, say catering business gives 10%. There you go. And this is really how you make the ad, and how you could also, two other things, you could change this Learn More button by clicking here, and it has a whole bunch of categories like Shop Now, Get Quote, Get Offered, Download, Contact Us. You can really dive in and figure out what is the best button I could use for my ad. So you can click sign up if you have a great offer. You can click request time if, say, you have an event to show out. See menu if you have a food menu. Right, in this case, we could just click see menu for the purpose of this ad. And anytime someone clicks this, it's going to take them over to your website. So you're probably saying this ad looks only how it would if I was viewing it on my mobile phone. How does it look on the computer? Well, you just asked a great question. All you do is click this button right here, and then now you could see how the ad looks on different spots on Facebook, right? Because we chose where we wanted the ad to show. So for desktop on the computer, this is how the ad would show. And you could really dive in and figure out which, so you can really figure out and see which placement, right, you like, which placement needs editing, which placement is the best for your eyes. Right now, mobile traffic is huge, and really, in my eyes, when you optimize for Facebook on mobile, you're gonna get the most clicks. It is really turning into a huge juggernaut. But in another video, I'll break down how you can really see which placement is operating best for your business, and what is giving you the best link clicks, and what is giving you the best ROI. So that is really it. I'll show you one last thing. Actually, you could also do the newsfeed link description. That would show under here if you want to show other text. So the mobile doesn't always show this. Offer is valid until December. Let's say 25th, Christmas Day. And that would just update under here. But normally if you write a headline that's too long, you're not going to see it. But again, it's just things that you can play around with. It's really a great way for your business to just get to the next level and put in additional details on your ad, right? But other than that, that is really, in a very simple way, how you could create a Facebook ad, right? It says there's an error here because there's no Instagram account. I didn't link it at the top, right? It's very simple to link it. That's the only reason why if you scroll up high. But other than that, this is the ad that we just created, all you would do is click confirm, and in a blink of an eye, your ad would be up and running, showing to people that we selected in your target audience, getting people over to your website who are targeted, who are able to take action, and who are really able to help your business get to the next level. I want to thank you for watching this video. Remember to hit subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more videos. We have plenty more coming. Thank you. This is Blue Sky Marketing. Have a great day.